So everyone had a good morning everyone. Before we proceed to our agenda, is everyone here today?
Yes, Ahmed, all of the members are here right now. We can just proceed with our meeting.
Thank you, Miss Ani. So for today's agenda, we are going to discuss our client audit report, which is Berjaya Maju Enterprise. So before that, I would like to highlight our client control company objectives, control activities, and improve test of control. So the first one is company control objective. So the first one is segregation of duties. So by implementing the segregation of duties in an organization, it can avoid fraud and can reduce the risk of an organization making mistakes. For example, include separating responsibility for reconciling accounts and for recording transactions. For the control activity, we have documentation and recording keeping. So Berjaya Maju Enterprise is required to adhere to the correct documentation idea, which involve keeping throughout an accurate record of all transactions and activities. Contract, invoice, and receipt and other necessary records are included in this. So, in perform test of control, we have observation test, and observation test is conducted by auditors who watch operation and activities to see how controls are applied. This is useful in cases where there is no documentation on how to operate the control unit. Keep an eye on the reconciliation process as it happens to make sure the established protocol are being followed. Take for instance an account going through a monthly bank reconciliation to make sure all the procedures are followed. Write down to confirming balance and look for anomalies. Okay, so now let's proceed with witness that they face, implication of those and recommendation to overcome. So can we start with the report from Miss Nadia?
Yes, my pleasure, Mr. Chairman. Okay, from my investigation, the witness I found is that lacks of segregation of duties. This is because vulnerability may happen when a person has more than one authority in many company activities, like authorization and access to financial transaction. Financial transaction must be segregated throughout to all workers of the company and not just on one person. And then from our client case, it can be shown that Ida, the bookkeeper, mostly do all the works like prepares the deposit slip, listing both cash received from both credit sales and yesterday's cash sales, and also bank reconciliation statement. From this, we can see that she prepares more than one work and has more than one authorities. And then from the witness, the implication that I found is that it can increase the risk of fraud. Weak controls will result in more fraud and error incidents since they can raise the risk of fraud and asset misappropriation. And then there are many types that can be discovered, like error of principle, omission, and compensating errors. And it is because how this error can be found is that as a human being, any error or mistake can easily happen if we do not be extra cautious on what we do. And then from the witness and implication that I found, the method that I suggest we use to our client company is that implementing segregation of duties. Segregation of duties is an internal control that makes sure that at least two people are in charge of each task distinct components in order to guard fraud and error. In this case, segregation of duties must be implemented on Ida, as she prepared a lot of forms by herself, like I just mentioned just now. Berjaya Maju Enterprise should hire more employees to prepare all different forms or statements for each of them, so that no one will have more than one word. And then by doing this, any error and fraud can be reduced.
Thank you, Miss Nadia. So I agree with your point that segregation of duties is the crucial point of the company to maintain a good control. So how about others? Did you agree with Miss Nadia?
Sorry for interrupting. I agree with Ms. Nadia's opinions, but I would like to express my view as well as a different idea of it. Okay, so for me, I think that technical internal control is one of the things that we need to take into consideration. First, the witness is the technical internal control witness. There is a control for technical security include both software and hardware. Technology advancements, maintenance issues, or configurations errors are the causes of technical controls weakness. This weakness can lead to system downtime, data breaches, and more such as data backup failure. For Berjaya Maju enterprise, hardware-related issue could arise. It is most likely arise from the insecurity of the financial records and transaction. Okay, next, the implication is the financial misstatement. Decision making may be impacted by inaccurate financial report, which can lead to error in financial reporting and mislead stakeholder. For example, this occur if the company misrepresent or deceive investor into believing that they are more profitable than they actually are. Okay, so the recommendation that we suggest that we can train and educate employees. It is crucial to keep staff members informed about the most recent internal control practices and procedure as internal control continue to change. Inform staff member of any changes and how they will affect their regular schedules. Insufficient training and expertise among employees are one of the main reasons why internal control fails. Employees can assist the business in identifying and fixing control software security, aid in defending digital solutions and software application from intrusion. These methods are included by developers into the testing and software development lifecycle procedures. Hiring developers makes the operation of the business run smoothly.
Yes, I am in the same place with Ms. Dayang that technically internal control can be overcome by keeping the staff and well known of knowledge and training. So how about you, Ms. Ani? What do you think about it?
Indeed, train the staff to make sure they are up to date with current technology can help Berjaya Maju enterprise.
Yet for me, I would like to point that having independent authentication. As for the weakness, if the company is lack of independent authentication, Berjaya Maju Enterprise choose not to ask for outside examination of its financial statement or need to other staff members to provide an authentication prior to the final record keeping. Instead, the internet accounting team is the only one who reviews the financial statements. The implication will lead to customer bad review. It can be seen that when a company depends solely on manual operations, it will assist in occur of error. It is because as a human being, any error or mistake can easily happen if we do not be extra cautious on what we do. For the recommendation, by applying independent verification, in Berjaya Maju Enterprise, they should having another independent employee to make a second round of inspection, especially on financial and packaging stage, as this is where a lot of error and fraud is.
Having an independent authentication, like by hiring another worker to verify it down works, is a good thing for the company to having a good internal control system. So does everyone else agree with Ms. Hani's statement?
Yes, we agree.
Just before we end our meeting, is there anyone who would like to add more statement?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so for today's meeting, we are discovered that the control and the weakness, implementation and recommendation for our client, which is Berjaya Maju Enterprise. So I will dismiss our meeting for today until further ado. Thank you for all your cooperation for today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.